What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. Wednesday, July 1st, 2026, 6:14 in the morning here in the great communist state of New York. I didn't feel like this was the time I was going to wake up today. Kid you not. Really didn't feel like cleaning out the truck yesterday after the job, the install. So I'm taking care of it this morning, doing a little reorganization, replenishing stuff that's missing. Hint, hint, Daniel. So now I'm just basically got to put everything back. I gotta need a new nitrogen tank that I used up yesterday. But I'll hit you up in a minute after coffee. All right. Clean. With the exception of that mess over there. And I also, before I turned it off, I opened up the regulator. You guys leave the regulator in your set position, or do you fully open it? Let me know in the comments section. Yeah, I guess I should have grabbed that battery, and I forgot about everything that was here. Man, this is my outdoor condenser cleaning bucket. This is my mini split cleaning bucket. Here is my mini split cleaning pressure washer. We got some rags here. Let me just throw those back here. And I'll throw it in the bucket right there. And that receptacle. This is when I get lazy now. Clean up the garbage. All right, this is when I get lazy. Sayonara. So we did a 2-ton install yesterday. And got done, I think right around 12:30. This bad boy, like this. This is 18,000, but we put a 24 in, but came out really, really nice. Really, 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 really nice. But I do have a gripe. I have a gripe, folks, because yesterday evening, as I am about to head out to dinner, I get myself a voicemail message from the homeowner. Let's go here. There's 2 of them, actually.
Hi, this is Han. You guys installed a AC unit for me today. The upstairs unit, the compressor fan doesn't spin anymore. There's no, it's not working today. I don't know if what you guys did affected it because the compressor was installed outside. Could you guys give me a call back as soon as you can?
This is the message that I get, right? So he then leaves another message 15 minutes later because I guess I didn't respond fast enough, right? And he didn't respond. So I'm like, fuck this, right? Whatever. It is what it is. I'm the owner, right? And at the end of the day, you know, I have to accept responsibility. I was there. I was not in charge of the install in the basement, but I guess I was, right? So I start heading out. I get to the shop. I'm about to hop in the truck, and I figure, let me reach out to him one more time by text, right? And I go, hi, Mikey Pipe Doctor, you good? And he goes, yeah, it was just the power that got switched off at the fuse box for the second floor AC. Once I turned it on, the second floor AC came back. And I hearted that. And he goes, thanks for following up. Watching your vid right now. LOL. Right? Who left the circuit breaker off? And who is responsible for that circuit breaker being left off? You know, I typically send a follow-up email or a text message or a phone call. I usually like to do text messages because it's indirect reaching out to the client. You know, at the end of the day, thanking them and, you know, asking if they have any comments, questions, or concerns. Right, I was gonna do that after I was done with dinner. But I teach the guys that to follow up, right? Daniel, you know, technically maybe not directly sold this job, right? Even though I facilitated it getting approved, Daniel was there for a service call. a couple weeks ago, and the homeowner was given an estimate to replace that system on the first floor because of leaks in the coil. But when the homeowner reached out, I waited a little bit, and then I asked Daniel, did you respond yet? And he goes, no. I'm like, what are you waiting for? Right? Early bird catches the worm. You get an email from a client, respond. Not, hours later, immediately respond, especially if they're asking about service plans and questions on replacing a system. But that's what he did. He was asking about service plans. He wanted to make sure that everything was covered. And I said, listen, the only plan you didn't sign up for was the plumbing plan. He goes, okay, no problem. And it's like, Daniel gave me a price on 2 systems. Can you just give me a price on 1 instead? Because I don't think I'm going to do both this year. Sure, absolutely. So I modified that estimate, sent it off to him, and then I was emailing him back and forth. And a couple hours later, we get the go-ahead, right? But I guess the lesson learned here is always triple check, right? You're working on a job, whether it's a service call or an install, always triple check everything, right? There was absolutely no need for that homeowner to have discomfort in his home after spending a boatload of money to replace one of those systems, and we left the circuit breaker off. The joys of being the boss, right? The joys of being the boss. Meantime, let's update the Warboard. I've updated the Warboard, folks. There it is. All that's left to do now is bless the Warboard. You gotta bless the Warboard, folks. Right there. I already took my 20. Anyway, today I have an estimate for a new air conditioning system in Atlantic Beach. And then I am going back to that service call where I installed last week a Honeywell 9000 thermostat, customer supplied. Daniel has 3 jobs. James has 3 jobs. Just the way I like it. Just the way I like it. Perfect. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.